All right, guys, you know what time it is. Check it out. Folks, we are physically driving with the prototype piece on the car. I can't say the prototype, there's been many, trying to get the mountings right, trying to get the positioning right. Just so many small details that I kept having to correct has led us to here. So it's time for the video. I decide, basically let's break down all the questions that people have had. Which is, how do I get them? What are they going to cost? And how am I going to give them away? I've put a post recently out for some drift guys to make themselves known that are drifting C5s. I've always supported the drift community because I come from imports, and it may make some people uncomfortable, but you know what? I owe a lot to that genre. That's where I was fabricating force induction systems, and that's where most of my shops, that's what they serviced, was Japanese cars. So I only came into Corvettes in about 2010. So I will always want to support the drift community and things like that. And so I am always going to have a bit of focus on guys. If you're out there drifting the C5, I am watching you, and I want to support you. So yes, I'm going to have a future program that for every so many products that I sell, I'm going to give one of those products away to some drift guy in need. That's something I've always wanted to do as I came into another business, and so I'm going to keep that word. So any drift guys, make yourself known in the comments so I can follow you guys, and always follow my Instagram, KnightDriveTV. But so yeah, so we're going to get into the details in this video of basically what the time frame is going to be, where I think I'm at with everything. As well as I am going to give a few sets away. That's something I always wanted to do. Years ago when I had my shops, I had chassis dyno and things like that. I actually used to organize these big car shows, and I would get cars from multiple states. It was a really big effort. I worked with a local racetrack to do it, local restaurants to do it, and so basically, I would only charge cost. And so these were really big shows. I would bring in a lot of vendors and things like that, but food vendors. I wouldn't do any shop promotion, even for my own shop. I would actually just charge cost. And so in some cases, those shows were only like $5 to get into. People thought I was crazy, but I was always about the automotive enthusiast culture and community and things like that. I love bringing people together. And so even with products, I always want to give products away as best I can. And obviously there's a promotion side to that, but it's just, there are legitimately people out there, I've been there, who really want to mod their cars, maybe don't have the money to do it. And so it's just like, I don't know, it's something I always wanted to do. And so that's what I'm going to do as part of this channel, always. And so my goal for YouTube and the subs of this channel is that I always want to have opportunities for giveaways, and for just the ability for me to just kind of give back to the people obviously watching the channel, supporting it, sharing the videos on groups or whatever. It helps me, and so therefore those people are important to me. And like Cole McMean, yeah, if you comment a lot, if you share my videos and things like that on other platforms and things, which helps me promote, I will notice you, I will know who you are, I'll put you on the short list in the next video. Somewhere in the video there's going to be a code that you're going to be able to put in, and it will apply the discount in the shopping cart, and there will be a limited 30 stock of those. And basically I'll probably do a premiere on that video, so it'll give everybody an equal opportunity as best as possible to jump in and just grab them. And I'm also going to give some away, like I said. So that's the plan. So I hope to really see some success with this. I have a lot more products that are coming, and I really target about 10 products this year. I've had ideas for C5s for a long time. The market wasn't there. And I knew drift guys were going to come eventually. I knew the cost of these cars had to come down enough for that to happen, and I think we're definitely there now. that kind of covers everything, guys. I appreciate everybody that's shown support, said you're waiting, and even for C5 guys, you know, that's a good kit. I bought that kit. You know, I will show you a comparison here shortly that will kind of show you the C5 Hellas versus these. I do think they're very comparable. In some ways, I think what I'm using is brighter. The Hellas, I was kind of disappointed just slightly, and I did get good upgraded bulbs. I think HID bulbs would probably do better in the C5 than in the Hella housings. But, you know, inevitably, I think this setup looks better. I like the presence of it with the halos and things like that. So I just really feel good about the kit, and basically I am going to be developing more, and so that's going to have to do with C6, C4, and also a fixed kit for C5, and that's going to be a fixed kit that does not flip up and down. That's coming next. And I do have some carbon parts that I already have prototypes of. I haven't shown anyone yet. So just a lot coming. This was my basic business goal for last year until all this craziness started. Well, guys, here I am. I'm actually at an old shooting spot I used to be at about a year ago, but moved a little bit of ways away from here. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the development of these, some changes that I think I still want to make that you can probably tell a little bit here on the video, but we're close. And so basically it's been quite a process. I can tell you I've made probably, I don't know, 40 examples, 45 examples of just basically position changes, interfacing and things like that. Really wanted the install to be easy, wanted it to be very secure. Some very specific goals I had for this. As many of you know, the lights, they're just an off-the-shelf type of light. So inevitably you're going to have failures with lights that obviously come from overseas. So in knowing that, I didn't want it to be difficult to change them if that were the case. The lower mounting of the lights were actually kind of made for a U bracket, and I didn't want to obviously use that. It just adds to bulk, adds to complexity. I wanted something that mounted them very firmly in the bracket. So a lot of my design time was just really consumed by getting those lights to just kind of have some type of system on the bottom, and it took me a few iterations to come up with that. When that light is down in the bucket, those pieces are captured. It can't move in any direction other than up, and so then I put in some set screws, and that will kind of secure them in place. So didn't want to have a lot of hardware because I didn't want a lot of mass, and so that was a big focus of mine. Another issue was with the C5 kit, I didn't like that you have to hold little Allen keys and use sockets, and to me it's just bulky and complicated. So with these, I actually put the hex shape molded into the assembly itself, so it kind of captures the bolt, and all you really need to do is hold it with your finger in place and tighten it from the backside. So there's a few little refinements I still need to make, just to be sure that there's longevity. But another issue that I kind of started to get into, if you notice from the first kit, well, the first iteration of it moving forward, was that I wanted it to make it more modular. I kept designing modularity into it for a number of reasons, for ease of manufacturing, for me to make it, but also so that I can expand onto it, because there's a lot of things you haven't seen yet, and there's things sitting here that you aren't seeing yet. So these are things that I'm going to release in the next coming days here, to just give people an idea. But I have a lot of vision when it comes to different parts for these cars, so it's going to pay off to stick with me, be a sub of the channel. Obviously, anybody out there that can share my videos and spread them around, it helps me. I don't like to spam the internet. It's not something I really enjoy doing. I like fans of the channel and people who are excited about the products to just, you know, help me out a little bit, share that video, and maybe in your group or wherever you are, particular forums, they're all over the internet. I really appreciate that kind of stuff, and it helps me just keep going. The funding that comes my way, I reinvest. And so I know a lot of guys wanted to know about the high beams and low beams. Let me show you. So guys, my mic cut out when I got in the car, but I'm going to turn on, these are high beams, and then the low beams are in the centers. Again, I'm going to switch back and forth. When you do pull to pass, it will turn all three on, and I will do that momentarily here right there. And that's the goal for the high beams inevitably, but that describes the function. These are just the halos with the parking lights on. So, you know, one thing I will point out with the headlight kits is, and it's definitely why I need to move them down just a little bit. I have a little interference right here on the lid. That's one issue I still need to address. It's momentary, it's small. The other issue I have run into, and it's not something I thought of initially, is the fact that the C5, it has basically that selectable. When their low beam is on, it's the outer light in the factory, and then when you go to high beam, it switches. And so there is a basic relay setup to put all of them on. So right now it's the center that is situated as a low beam, and it has a straight ahead orientation, slightly outward, and then the high beam on either side turns on. This has about a 5-degree look out this way, and this has a slightly inward and upward orientation. So my end goal would be to have all three of these on. I have found that it's very adequate the way that it's currently set up and the way the factory wiring basically causes it to function, but I think that will probably have to be something I'll look into. So these are the small details on the kit. Give me kind of your feedback of what you think. I personally think they look best all three on. At night though, the halos are so bright, it always appears that they're all on. All that driving footage in the beginning, that was just the halos. There were very little of that was the headlights on, and you really couldn't tell the difference. So in terms of looking at the car. So basically these are the small details I'm kind of looking into and deciding what I want to do with, because I want to keep the cost of the kit low and accessible and affordable for a lot of people. So I can tell you that the distance here, I mean, I got maybe 4 fingers ish. So that's, I like the look of it. I think it really works well with the body lines. So a little bit more refinement to do. I do want to make a bezel to go around this out of carbon for the few people that might be interested in that, but it's not really a super strong priority. Everything will come in black ABS plastic. Plenty of ABS under the hood of these cars, so no worries there. I mean, it's a plastic car. I mean, even the body is a lot of plastic mixed with resin and glass fibers. So plastic is plenty good, but that's why I have it in here durability wise. Obviously I'm on stiffer suspension. I've been going down areas to where it's putting a lot of shock loads into it, and I've seen no issues whatsoever. So I think we're good to go. A little bit more tweaking and I think we'll be there. So you guys, I totally appreciate your comments. I've had a ton of positive feedback on different Facebook groups, obviously on the videos themselves. So please leave a comment below. Let me know that you're there. And so let's talk about real quick about giveaways. I do notice certain people that become very common to KnightDriveTV that comment repeatedly. I take a lot of notice to that. And so I really want to reward the dedicated members of the channel that really support what I'm doing. And so if you are sharing those things around the internet, tag me in it. On Facebook, I'm Damian Knight, and Instagram, I'm KnightDriveTV. So if you do post something of mine or post a video and say, hey, people, like, check this out, this guy's doing something cool that I'm into, it obviously helps me out. And if you tag me in it, it kind of puts you on that short list, you know what I mean? And I do want to give some parts away. So in the next video, I'm going to show you the special move that these do that you don't know yet. There's actually 2 special moves left, but the next video is only going to have one of them. It's very interesting. It will be kind of catered to drift guys, but it catered to a little bit of an internet presence and things like that. You'll just have to see. But a little bit of tweaks I still have to make. As you can tell, I think they sit a little high in the housing at this moment. I want to bring them down about another 1/2 inch. I have a little bit to overcome, but in terms of pre-buy and in terms of purchasing, a lot of people have asked when, how much, and so ultimate retail, I'm thinking like $425-ish. But initially, I think I can probably do 100 less than that, and I'm going to do 30 kits at probably about $325. There's going to be a production lead time though, about 6 to 8 weeks. So if you're not a person that likes to wait, or a person that feels like once you pay, you could be patient, please just wait. I don't want to upset anybody. I like to over deliver, not under, I like to, under promise and over deliver, something like that. So that's kind of where I want to be. So if you feel like you can't wait, just wait until I'm done and you can order them and I'll ship them immediately. But those first 30, I will see you guys as investors of the channel, guys that took a chance on what I'm doing. And I will probably say there might be something in it for you in the future. So if that's a little boost of confidence, because I do have other products coming, and I want to slowly find that list of people that really like what I'm doing and are the people that repeatedly always have the first opportunity to get those products. So as I've talked about before, this is not my first, go around with things. I've manufactured forced induction systems, headers. I've done engine management tuning and chassis dyno stuff. I've advertised on the internet dating back to probably 2006. I think my first parts website to where I actually sold online, like nitrous kits and stuff like that, is about 2004. So all this stuff is very familiar to me. I'm not just like a YouTuber guy. It's like an accountant and decided one day, hey, I got a Corvette in my garage. I'm going to make videos about it. I really take this very seriously in terms of what knowledge I put on this channel, and I want people who are watching to learn from it. And I want to know I'm putting out accurate information. So my history in the automotive world and the things that I've done at SEMA and on Speed Channel and things like that, all that has accumulated to who I am today in terms of making this channel and doing the things I'm doing with Corvette. So I want you to know these things, just to know that who you are, connecting with. And I love answering comments and keeping in communication with you guys. It's something I'm always going to focus on doing. So I really want to accomplish something that's not been done on YouTube much to this point, and which is just a very close and engaged community. I want to know people out there that support the channel. I want to give back to those people. And I also want to give to the drift community. It's just something that connects to my import past. Obviously, first 10 years that I worked in the automotive industry, it was all imports, Japanese cars. I imported front cuts and Skyline front ends and RB26s and did all kind of stuff like that. So drift guys, young guys that are into that scene, it's just natural for me. So I can suspect that I'm basically going to, for every X amount of headlight kits or parts that I sell, I'm going to give one of those kits away to some drift guy in need. So I definitely want to see more Corvettes drifting. Since 2011, I knew this day would come. I was surprised it took this long, but that's about it, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this. They look very sick in person. I'm very impressed with them. They fit the lines of the car. I just feel great about it. It's a vision I had years ago, and it's promises made and promises kept to myself in terms of just the fact that they're sitting there next to me excites me. And it's a very quality and reliable kit. It looks good installed. I will do a bezel for these in the 4iC5 stuff. Guys, I might even give those brackets away in terms of STL files and stuff like that. So I need comments. I need feedback from you guys just to know that you're there, that you're watching, and there will be another video coming on this shortly, and that will open up the buy opportunity. It'll probably be in a week or two. I just really want to be sure I have everything sealed up. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm super excited. Going to have a lot more content this year that has to do with Corvettes, and looking to get a C4 on the channel. If anybody out there has a C4 and you want to donate it to KnightDriveTV for parts development, I would be open to it, but I am going to probably try and buy one here shortly. The insurance thing on this car, I don't know if you guys know about that. That's still in limbo, unfortunately. So that's why you're seeing the good side of this car right now, but it still drives straight, still rips, and it's all good. So catch you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching KnightDriveTV and supporting the project and what I'm doing. It's awesome, guys. I appreciate every one of you. Cole McMeans. Thanks for watching, guy. Catch you on the next one. Like that and just slide on. Yeah, so this is my first official drive with these lights. I can tell you that I am very